Hello and welcome back to BlackManProblems. I am Anthony Brown.
And I am Ciaran Callam.
And today we have a very special friend of mine, Liv May.
Hi.
Plus size model. So we're going to talk about all that is modelling. Should you be a thin, itty bitty model, or should you be curvy? Or should you be obese? Should everyone be free to be as big as they want to be or as small as they want to be?
And just before we get started, you may notice that we're actually in an outdoorsy location for the first time ever.
Yes.
Well, basically, it is hot as a motherfucker at the moment.
In England too.
Yes, in England. England is hot. And yeah, we needed to do this outside. Otherwise, we'd just sweat.
So tell us about what you do, Liv, and how you got into it.
Okay, so I started plus size modelling last year. An old friend of mine sent some pictures into an agency. She sent them to actually quite a few. And then Hughes were the first people to get back to me. And I went and met them, they signed me straight away, and then it's gone from there.
Now, were you the type of person that always wanted to go into modelling, or you were an extrovert in any sort of way, or were you just were you totally surprised by this, that they wanted to have you as a model?
Yeah, I've never ever wanted to be a model. That's why, because I do hair and makeup as well.
Okay.
I loved the backstage sort of side of it. Weirdly, when it all happened, I'd actually started to think about plus size modelling anyway.
Right.
And I did Tough Mudder training, and I did Tough Mudder, and I'd lost weight, and I got all toned, and I was really feeling really good. And then I sort of got to a point, and I thought, I feel really good about myself, but I feel like I've got to keep losing weight.
So why did you feel that way, that you needed to lose more weight? What?
I think there was a lot of factors, but I just thought, I think you just think that's how you've got to be. So I was like, right, well, I've always been a bigger girl anyway. And I thought, no, got to keep going. But I was like, yeah, but I'm actually really I feel good now. Why have I got to keep going?
Just for anybody who doesn't know, could you actually explain what a plus size model is?
Okay.
Because there's a good chance people watch is plus size model? What is that?
It's plus size, but it's plus size curve. So there's two names for it. I think curve model sounds a lot nicer than plus size anyway, because plus size is basically, we've got models at Hughes that start at size 10, and they're deemed, I wouldn't say plus size, you'd say curve, because it literally is they've got hips and bigger boobs. That's basically all the differences. And yeah, so it's just anyone who's not the sort of norm, straight up and down fashion sort of model type that they want.
Yeah, what the typical model would be in fashion.
Yeah,
what is it, 6 or something silly like that?
God, I think it depends where you are, but
I think it can even be a size 4.
Yeah. When they had the whole size 0 debate, didn't they? When they had all the models size 0. But I think size 0 over here
they stopped that
is
now?
a 4, I think.
I don't know.
Okay.
So basically, a plus size model is basically a model who has a normal size and shape.
Yeah, so it's just an everyday girl.
Yeah.
I think. And
curvy,
they actually started. They had the first guy plus size model. I think he's signed with Bridge Models. I followed him on Instagram the other day. So they've started to go into the guy field.
I never thought of why they hadn't had a guy version.
Hold on, what would that look like? So I'm imagining a man with a dad bod and a gut.
No, he's a really big, stocky,
Is he famous now? Is he becoming
I think
nationally?
He's been on news and.
Okay, what's his name again?
Ben. Oh, I can't remember.
Ben something. Ben. Lead the way, Ben.
Hello, Ben.
And send us a picture.
You're a trailblazer, Ben.
This Ben, a plus size
we
model.
Put a picture of Ben on the screen. This is Ben.
Try to find his Instagram.
Yeah, please find it. Yeah, then we'll put it in there somewhere.
But yeah, so he's the first guy. But yeah, so I think it's just any shape and size. That's how I view it. Is I don't think it's people might think plus size and they think, oh, you must be a really big person.
Yeah.
And it's not
because
that at all.
There's a difference between what they would deem as a model that they used to do, it was size 0, and then you have a plus size model which might be curvy. Then you have someone who's people might consider to be obese. Now you do get people that are obese and they are considered models, even in fetishes as well. You get what do they call it?
BBWs.
BBWs. What do they stand for?
Big beautiful woman.
Big beautiful woman, right? So where do you stand in the category? What do you think of each category? What do you think of the 0 models, the 0 size model?
Well, I think if that's your natural build, your natural build. I don't think people should be
trying to achieve
judgmental
it.
of you.
Yeah.
I don't think people should have to change their whole body to be a size 0 just because that's what the fashion industry have said. Because obviously they should make clothes all shapes and sizes, but obviously they just want someone where the clothes hang perfectly.
Right.
And it's like you can kind of see it from different sizes, because I'm like, well, if you've made a certain dress and that it's for that body type, then you can't say, oh, you can't use that model because she's too thin, because actually some people's build is that.
Right.
So it's otherwise it's going to make people who are actually really, really like quite skinny or slim, I don't know what's the right word to say that, but
It's so hard to be politically correct.
But they shouldn't like punish somebody for their build anyway.
So you're very passionate about people of all shapes and sizes being accepted and feeling comfortable with who they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was it ever hard for you? Was there any sort of like lack of confidence becoming a model? Was there any part of you that thought, I don't look like the stereotypical model, therefore why me?
I think if I hadn't have done it when I did, then yeah. But I think because I reached a point, because I was always like, growing up, I was always, out of all my friends, I was always the bigger girl. But to me, it was always like, I was never really that bothered by it. And it wasn't like, I wasn't like bullied or anything like that. But, and to be honest, I've sort of built up a thick skin for it, because I just thought, well, shut up, like, I'm not going to listen if you're going to...
Do you ever get any kind of haters or people who troll? Because there's, I can't remember the name of the model, which is a plus-size model, and there was like a video of her kind of getting her own back at the people that were trolling, and she's eating something.
Her name's Iska. She's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, she's
and she eats
beautiful.
The crisps, doesn't she? She goes like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you get any of that kind of type of trolling? Or...
No way. No one even knows who I am.
That's just now, but they will do. They will do now.
Once this video drops.
Yeah.
It goes viral.
Yeah, I think like people are always going to have an opinion on everything. You're always going to get a backlash.
Yeah.
People don't like it. I mean, it's an opinion.
People don't like it if they're too skinny. People don't like it if they're more than skinny or too curvy. Like, what's the in between? Like, what are people going to be happy with? What size do you think everyone will be like? Yeah, that's about
I guess
right.
there is no actual size.
I don't
because
people are going to complain about
people
what.
want different things. Like, for instance, a good friend of mine is probably watching right now. You know who you are. She really wants to be ridiculously thin.
Right.
Like really thin. So she's in the gym every day and she's trying to become a stick figure. And like she's got like a fantastic ass, right?
Yeah.
It's big and it's meaty and it's shapely. No, she doesn't like it.
Yeah.
And she's trying to kill the ass, and I don't understand it.
Don't kill the ass.
Seriously, what's wrong with you?
We should start a
I keep
hashtag
saying
don't
this to
kill
you.
the ass.
I like that hashtag.
I keep telling her, like, what are you doing?
Put that on screen. Don't kill the ass.
No, it's all about the
the ass
beauty.
be.
Like, job I did in Manchester, the makeup artist was talking to me about one of the models. She overheard somebody say about her, "Oh, that girl could do with an eating disorder." And you think, like, what?
Oh,
That's
wow.
literally
That's
disgusting.
Like,
insane.
It's awful, and especially because I've got friends that have been through things like that, and it's like, it's insanely traumatic. It's awful, and for somebody to turn around to say that all in the name of a pretty dress, it's just like, what's that about? And I'm like a size 16, but I've got like a big ass, but I'm not very big chested or anything, so I'm a bit. It's not easy to get clothes to fit me.
Yeah.
So I'm not a perfect model. Like, whereas you want to be able to design clothes that you know is going to fit on someone, but I just think that it can fit a girl, and then they might not like.
Is there a certain type of clothing that you tend to model more than others?
I think it's just like anything. Like the stuff that I've done is actually quite funny, because some of the stuff, like when I did the job for Tesco, the clothes were very, very like big and floaty, and it was
Right.
kind of like we were sort of saying on the shoot, like people like that. I get it, that you kind of it's comfortable and it looks nice, but I'm like, not everybody wants to do that. Like I like to
No.
wear stuff that fits me
Yeah.
like quite well, because that's how I feel nicest.
Yeah.
And it's like you almost think, like, you don't have to just throw over a tent just because you've got bigger boobs or a big
which a
bum.
lot
Like,
of people do as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, that's why, like, Gok comes into our workplace a lot, and he kind of champions, like, picking clothes that work with your body type,
Yeah.
as opposed to just throwing on a tent, as you say, and just going,
That's a
"This is what
Gok
works."
Wan he's
Yeah.
referring to.
Gok
So
Wan.
Anyone that doesn't know.
Oh, yeah, for the US fans, Gok Wan is like a UK designer, fashion stylist, I should
he's a
say.
babe.
And basically, Mr. Brown works in TV and he likes to name drop. To
Yeah,
show
yeah,
how
that was a
cool he
name
is, 'cause
drop,
he-
even though-
'cause he knows celebrities. Oh, me and Gok.
Oh, me and Gok,
Me
you know.
and Gok.
We were picking out clothes the other day.
The question is, have you
No,
sampled
yeah.
Gok's cock?
I haven't sampled Gok's cock, but you know what?
Because I'm sure he would love you to
He
do so.
probably would actually, wouldn't you, Gok? Wouldn't you?
Just for anyone who doesn't know, Gok Wan prefers the company of men.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. We
That's
should do
for
a talk
another
on that.
time.
That is for another talk, actually.
What
We're
about-
looking for a gay black man people
Yeah.
we want to speak to, because it's not very often in the Jamaican Caribbean culture that is accepted. So just put that little advert out there. Where were we? We were talking about clothes that fit you nicely and snug, as opposed to 10.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like who are more curvy feel like they want to hide things and they don't like it.
And
Like,
embrace the curves.
Yeah.
Embrace.
like I know girls that have got
Accentuate.
really good thighs and they're like, oh, don't like this, and I'm like, don't touch that. Don't kill the ass. Girls, I seem to come across, always hate having bigger thighs, even though it looks awesome like that. Not, doesn't it look, like, no, I'm a fan. Like Beyonce's got good thighs, and
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot of women that have. To me, a good leg is like, or good legs, when you have the thigh, decent thigh, tapers down, all that. But they don't want that. They want it kind of straight.
Yeah,
And
what
straight
I
again,
don't
I'm like,
really
mm.
get is
Not a
like
big fan of
loads
that.
of girls. It seems like the majority of girls want to look frail.
Yeah.
Like, they want to look like if you push them over, they'll land and
Waif.
shatter.
Yeah.
They want to look like a waif.
Yeah,
A waif?
A waif.
Yeah, they want to look frail and.
But that's probably because that's what they think that they should look like.
That's-
but
you know what it
then-
is?
But I think that's fine if you do want to look like that.
Yeah.
Like all these girls that spend all this time at the gym, like this is a bit controversial. I think I sort of hands down to them. They work their asses off and they look insane and they're like ripped and they got their abs.
Yeah.
And that's great because it's like that's another topic is the strong versus skinny. It's these girls that actually they're not trying to starve themselves and look like skeletons.
I'm all about
anymore.
strong, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
like,
is this is
exactly,
Ciaran's
like-
tipple.
So these-
that is
these
literally
girls-
my forte.
Yeah, yeah.
These girls look insane, like, and I think that's amazing. But that's it's like
It's
the
a
girls
different
that
side
want
of
to
the same coin.
yeah, because that's
Yeah.
being healthy, and it's like I think it's great that people are embracing like eating
Yeah.
good and working
Yeah,
out, and it's
yeah.
like it's almost like a fashion.
It's
now.
the new.
It's like you
it
want to
is-
be seen at the
it's
gym.
the new
and,
fad.
Like,
Check
yeah.
out most people's Instagrams.
Yeah.
It's like them working out, and even I've been subjected to doing that myself. Me and Ciaran both.
Yeah, might
Check
have
out
done
the
that
guns.
once.
Sun's out. Guns out.
Oh, you know, it's
Nearly
hot.
Notting Hill.
But I think that's a really good. That's the best fad of all things.
Yeah,
Is
I
that.
think it's great that.
You know what? I reckon this year, or the last 2 to 3 years, has been the year of the year of vanity. Like everyone is going to look back to these years as older human beings and go, "Oh my God! Every picture that I have, I'm doing this in it."
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
good
Is
pal.
that good? That's a good
Yeah.
part. No, I hate when I see. There's a thing I see on Snapchat all the time, and it's this scenario. It's a Snapchat. There's usually some hip hop track going on in the background, and it's some hot girl just like mouthing the words going.
no.
"Started
Yeah.
from the bottom,
Or in
now
a
I'm here."
car.
But
They're
it
in the car,
does,
like-
but it does look
Yeah.
kind of hot.
God.
Though,
It
if
does
done
look hot.
correctly.
Oh,
But it's
no.
like-
If done correctly.
Yeah, it's just textbook. I see it all the
Oh,
time.
and can I just say the dog filter on
No,
Snapchat?
stop.
I can't bear it.
Stop,
I can't
stop
bear
the
it.
dog filter.
Stop doing it, girls.
Or the-
Please.
and the halo one, I've seen that one, whatever it is, the flower
Oh,
halo.
that flower thing,
Yeah, everyone
I
loves
don't know,
that.
I'm quite cool with the dog filter, really. I think it looks quite nice.
But I,
And cute.
It's hiding them and making them as a dog.
but I always think of it like that. Yeah, you look like a dog, not as in a dog like you're ugly, but it just looks like you've got. I don't see the prettiness.
I have
in
a
it.
controversial question. Well, I don't
Go
know
on.
if it's controversial, but is vanity in itself wrong?
Nah.
Because, say for instance, Liz, or should I say
Liv.
I know
Liv.
I'm messing. But basically, you're a plus-size model. So on the one hand, it's like I'm a model with a normal size, and therefore I don't conform to what people say a model should look like. But at the same time, there are loads of women who would look at you and go, "Oh my gosh, I wish I could look like her, fucking bitch, blah blah blah." Like there are,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
see what I mean. And like all this thing where like I'm on Instagram and stuff, I'm taking a picture and stuff, and these are my abs, these are my guns, and blah blah blah. I used to be fat, but now I'm not, ha ha. And like, you know, it's like, is it good? Really? Because, like, we're all sort of chasing this ideal. So whether or not your ideal is to be like a stick thing rake, like my good friend that wants to kill the ass, or whether or not your ideal is to be the
Hashtag
size that
don't
you
kill
are
the
here,
ass.
like you.
Yeah.
Like, there's an ideal, and it's like, when you're chasing the ideal, are people happy? And if that's so, I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying?
It depends on how your vanity goes, how big your head is with the vanity. Like,
Yeah.
if you're like, humble and you kind of, I don't know, I look good. I like the way I like looking good. I like dressing up and looking nice. And you go out humbly. But if you go out and go, get out of the way.
Anthony Brown is
Like,
here.
walking past a car, like window, and going, "Oh, look how good I look." Oh,
Just step out into traffic and expect cars to stop for you.
If you're just like, do you know what I mean, sick with it, like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, you're just a bit of a douche. Then no, it's not that great.
It's quite nice though to like look after yourself.
It is
and,
nice to
Like
look
I'm
good.
vain. Like I'm open. I can be vain, but I'm not like, oh my god, look at this guy come in. He loves himself. Because I hate that when you meet girls and you know that they know that they're attractive. You don't get it too often with men. You do get it, but like I see it more with girls. I'm like, oh my god, look at her. You going up to her to ask her a normal question. She's like, no, I'm just with my friends. And you're telling her that like she had tissue on her fucking heel.
Well, that's karma.
Karma. You keep that on your heels. And it had shit on it. Walk around, parade.
And just
you
for the
vain
record,
bastard.
you're not as hot as you fucking think you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. But don't you think? I think like that. Like if you want to look after yourself, it's like the same. It's like the modelling thing. I think people judge you on that as well. It's like, oh god, so vain. Like, why would you be bothered to put makeup on every day? It's like,
be a
if you want to
model.
do that, then why is that bad? It's not affecting anyone.
Yeah, you get
It's
those
true.
people that are like that. They don't like. They go the opposite way, completely opposite way of vanity. They're like, I don't dress up. I dress down. I don't wear any makeup. I don't feel I have to do anything to prettify. I've been on dates with girls like this and found out they were like this, and I'm like, I know this is gonna work.
Thing is, that's actually the weird thing is that's actually vanity in and of itself, though.
Yeah.
She's actually just reversing it.
Yeah, yeah.
She thinks that she looks good by looking bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But she's still trying to look good. Like she still cares.
Yeah, in her own little
In her
twisted
own-
way.
yeah.
Have you seen The Devil Wears Prada?
No.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah,
watched
yeah.
it?
I mean, no.
One of us is more manly than the other.
Yeah.
But it's
I
the-
love a chick flick, but go on, yeah.
It's the bit where she's talking about the blue sweater. I think it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
blue belt or the blue
Yes.
sweater. Yeah.
That is a really cool. This is basically what you said. There was a girl in one of the scenes, and she looks down.
No, I have seen that scene.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's exactly
Yes,
that.
that's right. Where she breaks down, it's like, oh, it came from here, it went there,
Yeah.
it went there,
That's
and
like-
eventually it ended up here.
And you
now,
picked it.
yeah, because you think you don't care about fashion. Oh,
Yeah.
So I have actually seen. Oh God, I have as well.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
bad
think-
now.
I totally
think
have
that's
seen
such
that
a
film.
good-
I think it might actually be impossible to escape vanity.
No.
Because everybody's trying to
Yeah.
fit into something.
Yeah.
Even like a hipster from Shoreditch, he's like, oh man, I don't care about my appearance.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
But he's like still carefully crafted his look
Yeah.
together.
What would you say to any of the girls out there that are looking at models and going, I want to be like this, or I want to be like this, or girls that kind of don't know where they
I just
place
think
themselves?
you can't just try and not place yourself in any bracket. Just be you and learn to be happy with yourself. Because I think like if you the whole thing with the plus size modelling, curve modelling that I love is that it is a movement and it's like it's trying to get people away. It's not about shunning the slim girls or like this sort of fashion size models and going, well, that's not right, you're not a real woman. That's one phrase that I hate is going, you're not a real woman if you don't have curves. Because I'm like, well, that's just actually shaming again.
Yeah.
So it's just
like,
the
what
opposite
is a
way.
real
So
woman?
yeah, and that's what I don't like. But yeah, it's just to be happy and comfortable in yourself, and everyone is so different. It's like all it is that we're just thrown with the media with the ideal sort of shape, and it's like, who created that ideal shape? Like, who says that's what everybody likes anyway? And it's like, yeah, I just think be good in your own skin and just try and focus on yourself.
One thing I'd like to add to anyone who's lacking confidence about actually any part of yourself, but this does include the way you look, make a list of like things about yourself that you like.
Yeah.
Say, for instance, I've never really been a fan of my belly because like it stores a little bit of fat, but I've got fantastic eyebrows.
Yes,
I do. Like
Wow,
I don't
So
pluck
work those
them
bad
at all.
boys.
Make
Work
a
those
like
eyebrows.
make a list of the things about yourself, whether or not that's a personality trait, something that way you look like, or I don't know, like maybe you're good at football, and like make that list and like remember that list and
Yeah.
say that list to yourself. So when the
Yeah.
media's trying to bombard you with an image of someone that's better than you, like ignore that and go back to your list and know that you're awesome.
Work your strengths.
Yeah.
How about that?
Be you. Do you. You know that phrase everyone say nowadays? Do you.
Do you.
Do you.
Hashtag don't kill the ass.
And don't kill the ass. And you know who you are as well. All right, you know who you are. We've had so many conversations.
Oh, we've got to mention, if you have any comments that you want to say to us, put them down here in this little YouTube comments bit, and make sure you subscribe somewhere wherever I put the button. I think it's up here usually.
And please share as well. If you like what you've seen, please share the video. If you disagree with what you've seen, share the video so you and your friends can talk about how you disagree. We would really appreciate.
Perfect. We have been Black Problems.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yoga, flame. And we'll see you next week. So, I'm here with Liv May, and this is Ciaran. And we've just filmed Black Man Problems episode, talking about plus size models. And one question I forgot to ask that I'm going to throw in now is, do you feel you get approached by more black men as a plus size model than not?
Do you know I actually probably do get approached more
I
by
can
black
believe
man.
that.
No, I know
do
for
actually.
fact.
Yeah?
Black man seems to have more guts as well.
Guys just come up and approach you on the street
Yeah,
and
like
go,
I remember
hey,
there was some.
my size.
Is it because I got a booty?
It's because you got booty.
Yeah. And the thick thighs.
And the thick thighs.
Yeah.
Don't kill the ass. Starting a new hashtag. Don't kill the ass. All these girls that want smaller butts are trying to kill it. Don't kill it.